Aquarius, welcome. This is the Feminine Inquisition. My name is Tiffany. We're doing your reading for the full moon, May 31st. It's in the sign of Sagittarius. It's the second full moon in the month of May, which makes it a blue moon, which is an auspicious or very fortuitous moment for you to manifest whatever it is that you are working towards. It's always the completion energy of the full moon, right? So you can let go and release. With whatever it is that you're facing, whatever has been hard, whatever it has been you've been trying to overcome. But at this particular full moon, it's a chance for you to call something new in. So not every sign has been showing me manifestation energy. Some are just releasing, some are manifesting, and some are doing a bit of both, which is kind of cool. So we are going to get right on into it. This reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, or any placements in any other Aquarians that you may know and you want to check up on. Now, if anything here resonates for you, great. Please do give me a thumbs up and let me know. And if it doesn't, be easy. Don't make it fit. And also check out your other placements. Okay? Ciao. All right. What does Aquarius need to know? What is going to show up with this full moon in Sagittarius? Please and thank you. So the High Priestess, the Five of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. Sorry, the High Priestess, the Five of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. With the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Let's just get into it. The High Priestess with the Five of Wands. I don't know what you thought you were going to achieve by staying silent in the situation, but it has resulted in more aggravation. And I feel like maybe it is not working out for both of you. Like, definitely the other person is feeling frustrated, but I also think that maybe, even though this was the strategy, I'm not sure if it's working out according to plan. So let's just check in if we can. Let's clarify this. I'll get 2 cards for each of these. Full moon. Maybe you've had it with something. Page of Wands, Six of Cups, Four of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, exactly. I think you've been going back and forth. You've been kind of overthinking the situation. Sometimes you're excited. Sometimes you want to explore. Sometimes you want to forgive. Sometimes you want to rejoice. Sometimes you want to come together. This is the After Tarot deck. Sorry if I didn't say that. And sometimes you want to put the guard down because it's tired and you just want to nurture the situation. Just, you know, out of sheer exhaustion, find the reprieve, even if you don't come to a conclusion. But in the end, it's never the right timing. So like if you're in a battle with someone, if you're in a conflict with someone, if there's tension between you and someone else, when you let your guard down is when they're ready to strike, and vice versa. You can't seem to get on the same page for who wants to talk, when they want to talk, who wants to listen, when the other one is ready to finally say something. And in the end, it's just exhausting. So I know that this is someone that you care about because I've got the Six of Cups and the Four of Wands. I know that it's also someone that maybe you are tied to in the matter of resources, even if it's not actual resources, but on the day-to-day, like with the Six of Pentacles here, there's a way in which your day-to-day functionality, environment, tasks, lists, responsibilities have some overlap. And whether or not that's balanced, I guess that's another, that remains to be seen. I just want to get a sense of the nature of this relationship. Can I see the Four of Wands, please? Because I feel like because we're clarifying the Five of Wands and I get the Four of Wands, it seems that one of you has an idea of what the relationship should look like and the other one does not agree. Six of Pentacles. I think you both want support. I think you both want maybe an outside or third person to moderate between the two of you. Eight of Cups, or else it's going to be just done. Like, just done. There's so much strength that is being utilized, and also strength to hold oneself back from what? from bringing love into the situation. King of Cups. Now, there is so much adoration, there is so much affection, there is so much understanding, there is so much compassion that surely both of you feel in your heart. You wouldn't be showing me this. This wouldn't be in your energy if this wasn't very important to you. Could be dealing with the Pisces. You could have Pisces in your chart. Pisces could have been a very turning point for you. And perhaps when Saturn was in Pisces was a very critical moment. If you've been dealing with this for a long time, and it suggests that you have been, I have the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. And it is involving people who are in your environment. Six of Pentacles here. Both of you would like to balance out. This full moon gives you an opportunity to do so, but I'm looking at I'm looking at a stubborn, I'm looking at two stubborn people, I think. And maybe you just don't know how, and maybe it would be great if you did have a third person, some advice, some examples, even someone to hold the other accountable and say, no, but you just did say that, right? Because when you're in a heated conversation, especially when you love someone, you care a lot. We don't like to be told that we did the thing that we did because we don't want to be perceived as the person who treats the person that we love in such a way. And it's like maybe on a conscious level, maybe on a subconscious level, but there's a lot of ways in which one person who's unaware doesn't confront the self, but deny the things that they said. This is why gaslighting comes from. Not everyone who gaslights is a narcissist. Sometimes it's just the impulse is strong, the self-control is low or minimal. Show me the Six of Pentacles. What do you want to balance out? Show me for Aquarius. What do you want to balance out? You want your heart to mend. You want the union to return. You want the King of Cups to be able to, well, in this deck, he's pouring the cup out. Maybe you want to get rid of whatever toxic connections, toxic environments, toxic explanations, toxic conversations, patterns that get repeated. You'd like to let go of it. Two of Pentacles. Interesting. That's interesting. That's like a Jupiter in Capricorn card. Two is always a choice in tarot. But actually, I feel like that refers back to the High Priestess. And if the Six of Pentacles is to receive like this, the assistance that you need in the day-to-day to make this bearable, what I'm looking at is that one or both of you just dive head deep or nose first into work. Yeah. So there's a heavy sense of distraction that is related to the Six of Pentacles for you, because I asked you. But the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck, Six of Wands, the Devil, there you are. And in this deck, the people are not bound. The Sun to the Page of Pentacles to the Ace of Swords. Wow, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, the World. I think that you want a sense of victory. You want a sense of happiness. Let me see what they want. Can I see the Six of Pentacles for Aquarius's person, please? Can I see the Six of Pentacles for Aquarius's person? Could be dealing with the Leo also. We have the Strength here. Judgment, the Emperor, Two of Wands, and the Hermit. Well, so according to your person, it has nothing to do with love. It's not that they don't have love, but that's not really where their head is out. There's a much more practical approach here. Your person is saying that if you chose together, if you maybe took your time, if you planned appropriately, if there was more preparation, and if there was shared responsibility, what they're saying is that we wouldn't come into the conflict at all, because this is the after tarot, the conflict is done here. There is no more chaos. There is no more confusion. There's no more competition. The Six of the Pentacles is future facing for your person. They want to call judgment on this my way or the highway, the emperor mentality. And I don't know if they're just saying that to me and I am misreading it and I can't trust them. If they're projecting, right? Let's say it's them who says to you, Capricorn, it's my way or the highway, and then you react and you respond. But they're simply saying, whomever it is that has a my way or the highway, that itself is the problem. And if we can call judgment on that and plan together, if it was equal parts, if we had equanimity in this relationship, then we could heal it and we can be loyal to it. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think that it's a matter of love. So 5 of Wands, Tower, 4 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, the King of Wands. If things are not chosen together, if judgment is not called on this kind of behavior or mindset, there's this notion, this idea, this intuitive way in which either one or both of you feel that everything comes to a grinding halt. The Tower is Mars energy, and the 5 of Wands is Mars in Leo. That's Mars plus Mars, and then the Sun in Capricorn with the 4 of Pentacles. And in the 4 of Pentacles in this deck, the Death is here to bring a sense of finality, that even that which you thought you could hold on to, that which you could pretend you let go but still hold on to, it's done. Death will come and take it. So not only does the Tower go down and you have to build a new foundation, even the things that you were able to carry on the way out are taken. It's an omen here, but I guess I can't really get a sense of how much your person can be trusted because it's your reading and their message seems so well curated. And I think that they criticize you for things that seem like it could be mirroring, because they're trying to say that you hold on, you resent, you're stubborn, but then you don't make any choices. And it's always up to them that they have to do it. And then you're never happy anyway. So there's a lot of dissatisfaction associated with that. And we see that here with the 5 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. We see that. Okay, let's go here. Show me the High Priestess. What is the High Priestess? What's the intuition here? What does Aquarius already understand? Because the High Priestess is the Pisces card here. First major arcana on the table. It's also ruled by the moon. So there's a potential download that the moon is offering you with respect to the situation. Now that I am in the loop and I know what we're talking about, show me what the High Priestess has shared with you or will share with you as this moon continues to grow. What say you? The Sun, Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Swords. So the sun is a bright, shining light of truth, of consciousness, of growth, of expansion. And I think that with respect to what it means to come together, with respect to what it means to have harmony with people, sharing joy, celebrating life, I think that intuitively, deep down inside, you understand that it's a distorted idea that there's something to invest in here, and you're struggling because you want to build something and you want it to be fair. You want to take care of it. You want to plan for the long term, but you just don't yet know how to see that as a possibility in this connection. And I do think that there's a great sense of love and affection. Like I said, you wouldn't show me the Three of Swords if it didn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt if you didn't care. The Ten of Cups is here. The Justice is here. The Justice has elevated now to a higher degree what we've seen in the Six of Pentacles. Both of you want a similar goal. I think you go about it very differently, and I think that you're not able to communicate effectively why it's important to make the other person feel seen, heard, valued, etc. I've seen the King of Wands as the final order, right? The bottom line. And now I've seen the King of Pentacles as a final order, bottom line. Both of you are operating in very, very different modalities and different elements. And it could just be that, like a breakdown in communication, a breakdown in love languages. Yeah. Can I see the Ten of Swords, please? What's the Ten of Swords? Page of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Five of Cups. So what you learn, perhaps what you both learn in this process, this ending process, this betrayal process, this way in which pain has radiated all across your life as it pertains to this relationship and made you feel kind of hopeless, is that you can't unsee something. You learn something. Aquarius, you learned something, and you're not going to give to this connection until that makes sense to you. What's this? What is the? We have to change decks. Let's go to the Before Tarot. It just arrived today. That's why I made that stupid laugh. Can I see the Before? Can I? Can I see the Sun, please? What has shown up? What has been shown? Here I have Temperance and the Page of Wands trying to peek through. So I really like the After Tarot deck, but I gotta tell you, I think I enjoy the Before Tarot more. Show me, please, what is the Sun? I think this is critical. This is what's really, really important. And also, because we're clarifying this for the full moon, just please know, keep in mind that the full moon is powered by the Sun. It is directly opposite. So it is the full force of the Sun. Strength 2 times. Definitely could be experiencing this with a Leo. Could have Leo in your chart. Leo season could be critical for you. Although I don't feel like it's that far out. I think it's happening now. Also Aquarius, Leo is your opposite sign. 3 of Cups again. I'm going to go 6 cards. There you are. Happy to see you arrive. So I've got the Strength to the 3 of Cups to the 7 of Swords. Do you have the courage, what it takes to come together, a strategy to leave behind, I don't know, the confusion, the bullshit, the things that you'd rather not know, the things that you put in your moon? That is the moon in Aquarius. So can you, right? That's a question that you have to ask and answer yourself. Can I put this behind and can I move towards connectivity with this person? Do I have the courage? Do I have what it takes to do that? Do I have the warmth in me, right? I feel like maybe that's what the sun is doing. It's showing up because there's so much cold, sterile energy between you two. And the sun is saying, well, if you could just bring some heat to this, find a way to be warm, maybe we can have a little bit of growth on both sides and meet each other in the middle. Bottom row, 7 of Wands. Now this person is no longer, or rather this is the before tarot, so this is previous to the defensive nature. This is willing a way to level up, right? That's what the 7 of Wands is. People don't talk about this enough. The 7 of Wands is when you want to level up and now you have to learn how to be a conduit for that next level or amplified energy. That's why he's defensive. That's why he's got 2 different shoes on, because it gets crazy when you start to ask the universe for what you want and it starts to bring it your way. All things at one time is usually what it looks like, and it's insane. So this is previous to that moment. 7 and 7. There's a huge sense that the sun offers you a chance to scale it back and look at the errors in development, right? To like revisit the plans. And when you look at them, think critically, okay, where did we maybe move too fast? Where did we maybe go wrong? What did we overlook? What did we cut corners on? And if you're honest, there's a chance to recognize the importance of vulnerability, honesty, humility. And when you do that, instantly you connect to this star, this long-term vision. Instantly you recognize that, yeah, you're just this little meat machine walking around and you have this divinity that is within you and you are connected to everything around you and you're just having this little blip of a human experience. It's not as serious as you make it seem. You're not as important as you think you are. Nothing is going to be as severe as you experienced it. And the dream is real. And this is the work, right? So all that I just described, this is the work that is being asked of you with this moon by the full force of the sun. So I do think that this is not a manifestation moon for you. This is more of a revelatory, purifying, healing, cleansing moon. To go back and revisit something. That's why judgment is here. To go back and revisit something. But you've shown me so many critical cards to talk about the true connection that exists between you and this person. I do think that there's 2 masculine heads here, very, very strong personalities that go about things very differently and perhaps don't communicate effectively at what they're after. So a lot of assumptions are made, and because you're so different, there's not a lot of comprehension about why the other is doing the thing in that way. But that's where the work can come in, because you can remember this approach, this honest, humble, vulnerable approach, and that you're in the process of development. This is a strategy for success, to level up for whatever the dream is that you both share. And it's not going to be easy, and there's going to be clumsy moments. And I think that's what the Knight of Cups is doing here before the star. And that takes a lot of courage, about choosing your battles, about not nitpicking, about not being fixed energy. You've shown me the strength 2 times, and that's fixed fire. You've shown me, sorry, cats are at it. You've shown me the 4 of, at least I thought it was here. No. The 4 of Pentacles, maybe not so many cards. So yeah, very interesting. Let's see where this goes, okay? Let us see where this goes. Let's put all this back in. Let's clean this up a little bit. Back to the beginning. And I'm going to use the before tarot since this is a story about going backwards. Okay? Cats are really going nuts. Nuts, 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 nuts. So, let's see. Aquarius. Where is this going? What does the moon shed light on? And you can intuitively connect to about why this conflict is here. And if this ending is of a mindset, if it's a limit of your cognition, if it's a limit of what you can understand, what you can know, if it's an idea that you're hurt before you understand what's happening, do you have the tendency to be damaged by something before you have thought critically about it? Not necessarily accusing you, don't be upset, but perhaps that's also your person. I don't know. One more shuffle. What or where is this going? King of Wands, Nine of Wands, Knight of Swords, Two of Cups. There it is on the split in my hand. Again with the Lion. So I do think that ego has a huge piece, a huge component here for both of you. Which is why the humility part, the humility and the forgiveness, and also just okay to be clumsy is a huge part here. Okay, so I've got a beast and a beast, right? Again, two totally different beasts. And I think that, again, speaks to the two different natures that both of you have. Excuse me. So, okay. The King of Wands, followed by the Nine of Wands. The resistance, but something is the resistance because something is trying to get in. We know the Nine of Wands can be a matter of resilience. We also know that it can be resistance. The Knight of Swords is looking directly at it, coming straight, full force, but he has not yet left the camp. It's the very start of his journey. Then the Two of Cups thereafter, they haven't embraced. The cups have not fallen yet into their possession. They don't yet know how they feel. And so we have this kind of dominating experience here about to be crowned, right? Someone who's very entitled, king of the jungle. Someone who is on the defensive to protect what is theirs, what they have lived through and worked for up until this point. And then a Knight of Swords, which is the harsh words between them. This Ace of Wands is an experience that both people are able to grab hold of, right? As you can see, this Ace of Wands is arriving. And as you can see, this Ace of Wands is what is available to fight off this beast. So it's a lot of tension between you two, and I think that both of you are not really fighting each other, but yet the fight exists between you two. This Ace of Wands is what the Seven of Wands is grabbing hold of, right? You have this great victory in the Six of Wands, and you step up to the Seven, and that Ace of Wands that arrives is what takes you off kilter. Right? That developmental journey of what to do with this excess energy. And maybe you know, collectively, it's been a challenging relationship. Getting on the same page. Maybe you're both very fixed and also harsh with yourself, and therefore you become harsh with the other. right? Okay. Well, where this is going is a recognition that the words that are shared do not need to take you to a place where you now don't know about the relationship. Where this is going is deep processing and knowing what you do with energy. How to keep your eye on the prize. The Emperor, the Five of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Five of Swords. It's super challenging. It's super challenging. Like I said in the beginning, neither one of you knows how to put the sword down, put the wand down. No one knows how to keep their mouths closed. No one knows how to not say the thing. No one knows how not to be antagonistic. The tension is so high, and it begs the question of if you would just have sex, maybe the tension could reduce and you can have a conversation. Now, I'm not here to give you advice about being toxic in a relationship. I don't think sex will quell the underlying issues here, but I think that the tension is so high that you're not able to hear one another. And instead of just going full speed for that tower that we saw, maybe you could slow things down. That's why the Knight of Pentacles came out. Can you slow things down? Can you go back to the source of everything? That's why I use the Before Tarot. Anything else? For Aquarius, and this full moon, which is just wreaking havoc. Yeah, brutal truths, right? Because the full moon is in Sagittarius. These are brutal truths. Queen of Wands, the Devil, the Three of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. So yeah, this is what I just said. The passion, the fire becomes toxic and disappointing, and both of you feel outside of yourselves and outside of the connection. Why? 10 of Wands. Too much time, not taking action on it, going about it the wrong way, trying to take on more than that is yours, being overly critical. Yeah, here's the distortion, right? The distortion about the Knight of Wands. Someone has a distortion about passion. Someone also, this is Saturn in Sagittarius. Okay. Someone is really strict with themselves about how to give themselves into pleasure, perhaps as it relates to family. And now I don't know if that's like the family that they procreate or the family that they come from, if they don't know how to be in this particular connection because of what their family might say or what their family has said, or if they don't know how to be in this particular connection because of what is perceived about the other person's family. And so they don't know how to give in to this sexual tension. They have a very specific idea on what is required to give in to sexual advances. And again, it has to do with this criteria that is within the family. So, for example, if they perceive the way that their parents' relationship is, beautiful, and that they share nothing but love, then that's kind of what they look for. And if they don't get that, they don't know how to be open to it, to doing it, and also to the connection. Or let's say on the opposite end of the spectrum, if they have a familial concept where the father was not present, or there was some sort of backstabbery, and yeah, it was a shit show, some toxic experience, then that has riddled their ability to freely give into sexual proclivities. Everything from the basic, right? Just penetration to flirting, being confident, letting things organically and naturally escalate as they do. Yeah, it's the death to the temperance. It's not balanced. It's not healthy. No one is patient with the other. Wow. It doesn't tell me, I'm not getting any sense of where you'll go, how it will work. I just know that this moon is painful. And some moons are. The moon will, you can experience each and every moon slightly different. And we're all on different timelines. So if this is not your reading and you're not in a connection, then that's great. Check your other placements. But the Aquarius that I'm talking to is in a connection that is riddled with fighting, going back and forth, pain, sadness, sexual issues, but strong desire, a lot of love, a lot of telepathic ways in which you communicate with each other, or at least you think you understand the other person. And then next thing you know, you didn't understand them, and you're not on the same page, and you don't want the same things. And there's a sense that, how can I trust this person? How can I trust myself? I thought that I knew them. I thought that I could trust them. And it's hard. But then the cycle of sadness, separation, desire creeps in again. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Let's get some advice. What can we say here? I'm going to use the Osho Zen. What can be said? Some advice for Aquarius for this full moon in Sagittarius, which is on 31st of May. It's the blue moon, second full moon of this month. What will help Aquarius that is, associated or part of this message? The Hermit. Heal the world. Be complete with whatever this process, whatever part of this process that you heal with the Hermit and the time that you spend in solitude, be complete with it. Six of Swords is the second time I'm seeing that card. This is in French. This means the burden. World, the burden. King of Cups. Star at the end. Right. Okay. So I think that some silence is in order. That's why the High Priestess is the first card. I think that it's time for you to meditate, have a think on it, sit in silence, burn a candle, burn some incense, perhaps take a bath like a star would, and let the healing come on in. Let the healing just find a way to feel really connected to love. Not this connection, but really connected to love. And find a way to get really connected to your passion, your desire. And then ask yourself what here makes sense for you. And if it's all of it, great. Then go and communicate that from a place of love and gratitude and presence. And if you find that some parts don't work for you, then go and communicate that. But get the mental clarity that's required at this time, because it's been really chaotic and too much time going back and forth, up and down. I want to say that I hope that nothing here resonated, but if in the event I am talking to an Aquarius that needed to hear this, I hope this has helped you. Please leave me a comment, share, comment, and subscribe. And until the next time that I read for you, have a great one. Bye.